Hey guys, People Coolest Gamers, backtrack to Arrow, Season 5, Episode 10, Who Are You? So obviously I am back at school here. I'm going to be in a couple different locations probably this week or the next week or two, because I've been having some problems with my DVR, and I'm kind of also testing things of which works best for me in terms of reacting and editing. But normally Arrow I would leave until later in the week, because, I try to get, if Walking Dead's out, and then Supergirl, obviously, I don't want to get them out all the way at the end of the week when they came out at the beginning of the week. So, I try to accommodate, I guess. But me being so behind on reactions, I'm just trying to do my best to keep up in general, so I appreciate your patience. But with this particular Arrow episode, from the title of the episode, Who Are You? I want to know, who the hell is Laurel? Is that really Laurel? What the hell is happening here? How is she alive? Obviously, talking about last episode, that was the huge thing at the end, in the mid-season finale there, that I only watched like a couple weeks ago because I watched it late. But how is Laurel alive? Is that Black Siren? I saw a lot of people saying that. It just doesn't make any sense. Does that have something to do with Flashpoint? I don't know. And then the other huge point of the episode was, it was revealed to the team that Artemis was working with Prometheus, which we knew as the audience from like episode 7, but they finally found out. And then Prometheus tricked Oliver into killing Billy Malone, Felicity's boyfriend. So it was a great episode. It was a great mid-season finale. I would say it ranks up there. I mean, all the mid-season finales, I think, this year, and all the shows, I haven't watched Walking Dead yet, unfortunately. I'm getting there. But all the other shows, Flash, Legends, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they were all really good mid-season finales. So I'm expecting big things coming off of this episode, especially the question of who Laurel is. So I'm just going to get into it. So without further ado, here we go. Hopefully we pick up with this scene, because this is, okay, good. This doesn't make any sense. Touch her, see if she's real. What? Sarah did it. That's crazy. Talk about sisterly love. Yeah, I mean, that's what this Lance family is filled with second chances.
Oliver said the exact same thing.
Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that. I'm sorry, I'm speechless here. Like, I'm not surprised it was somehow Sarah, but how did that not affect the timeline? What happened?
Sarah said that they figured out a way to bring me back without causing an aberration.
Okay, there you go. How? Explain.
I have to call my dad.
No, leave that man alone. He's in rehab.
Sure. That sounds great.
We're throwing a party for everyone that comes back from the dead on this show?
It's time I face this head on.
Yep.
These trumped up charges.
Exactly. And get off legally so you can go live a life.
That we remember, they are still possible.
True, but I don't know if this is so cut and dry. Is that really Laurel? Is she, if it is Laurel, is she different? I mean, she still has memories of Laura. Obviously, she doesn't want to drink. She took water, but is she different? I think that they're going to test that out.
Ooh, what about Evil Twin?
Black Siren, right?
Okay.
Possibility.
No. She actually has an evil twin.
Seriously?
Yeah, she's locked up in Star Labs. I'll explain later. Right now, we have to call this.
Oh no. Is that? Oh no. Oh no. So is her? It could be.
About time someone figured it out. I am so
Shit.
and tired of playing this weak, vulnerable Laurel. She's such a pale and pathetic.
Oh no, people are gonna be so pissed. I like how she actually has the power. I love that about Black Siren last season. But people are going to be pissed. Oliver? Anytime. Oh, damn it. I knew it was too good to be true. Arrow, you son of a bitch. God damn it. You know what? I knew it was too good to be true, and I still don't even know if this is the whole truth. But everyone said Black Siren. Looks like it could be Black Siren. All I'm saying right now is, I don't have a problem with that. I get it, right, from a marketing perspective. Laurel's back, blah, 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 blah. You know how many people are going to be pissed if this ends up just being Black Siren? Like, they'll be happy Kitty Cassie's back on the show. Maybe they could turn her from bad to good, blah, blah, blah. But people are going to be pissed if they just capture her, she goes back in the pipeline, and that's it. And you screwed people for a month and a half saying that Laurel's alive and she's not. This might not end well for you, Arrow.
Oh God. What if I'm straight?
I knew he was gonna say that.
8 days ago, that's what he knew because no alarms were tried.
Wow.
It's like he's
Prometheus took her.
I don't know what that
Damn,
is.
he's good, man. He knows how to fuck with them. Alright, so Prometheus going to a new level that he snuck into Star Labs, risk-crossing the Flash to get Black Siren out. That's bold. I see why now that Oliver constantly has bruises and he had not, misplaced fractures when he came back. He's always getting beaten the shit out of.
Failure is unacceptable.
You should have let me kill her instead of some stupid role-playing idea.
Oh, I wouldn't mess with Prometheus.
Your place to question my agenda. Your freedom, your life is contingent on following my orders.
Damn, and she's a meta. He is a tough son of a bitch, Prometheus. He ain't afraid of a meta.
Made me do it, Prometheus.
Don't trust her.
I mean, he made you.
He threatened to kill me. You have to help me, please.
She's got meta powers. How scared is she of Prometheus? He has a bow and arrow. You could break people's eardrums open. I mean, like, I wouldn't trust her. She's manipulative. I love that outfit, though. I got to admit.
Why?
And
If Black Siren looks like she's about to double cross, and trust me, she will. You have it on my authority to light her up.
there you go, Felicity. But I like the outfit, the way she walks. It's all great acting by Katie Cassidy. Oh, you jumped the gun too early. Careful. She was just pulling something out of her pocket. Oh, and there goes Laurel's statue. Really? I mean, let's put it that way. It wasn't a good statue, but still, I have a sentimental value. It's destroyed now. Why do we have to meet her down here? We had to destroy the melted chocolate bar looking Laurel statue, but it still meant something. I don't know. I don't know what the creators are doing here. Because people had the theory that it was Black Siren, but she would become good, and that's how you would get around the whole idea that when Laurel's death, it was permanent, they said, right? But you could still have her come back and be a better fighter, Black Siren is, actually have the meta power, and I guess maybe put her in the relationship that she's meant to be with Oliver. It's just, if they're doing that, it's just an odd, I don't know, it just doesn't fit. It's like a puzzle piece that doesn't fit right now. It's an awkward way of doing it.
We don't know why. We don't.
Exactly. We gotta learn about the situation. But I understand Felicity's trepidation after what she just went through in the past 24, 48 hours. Yep. Always. Always blinders with the lances.
We get to choose what we are. We get to choose who we are.
And she did choose. She tried to kill Barry.
Who are you?
We're not really sure. I don't think she is either, but Oliver is being betrayed because she looks like Laurel. He's got to tread carefully.
So now I don't have anything.
Yeah, he'll come back around, but he's going through a rough spot right now where in a similar place like Felicity, except she's more seasoned veteran. Or maybe not. Maybe she's getting at her frustration like this too. We haven't seen that since season 2. Looks like the vigilante might have to come and save John Diggle, because I don't think Adrian Chase is going to be able to. Shit, Prometheus. Is he here? Nah, she's out again. So once again, it seems like she tricked Oliver once again. So, seems like this was maybe not part of the plan, but they always had kind of a backup plan in case she got caught or something. Or maybe she needed to get into the lair again, even though why did she do that the first time? So we're just like recycling this as like, she's Laurel, she's not Laurel, but she's good, but she's not good. Like, I mean, like, can we pick what we're doing with her and just get to it? But that scene there kind of reminded me of any Avatar fans out there. There's a similar scene where Katara has a conversation with Zuko about when, spoilers for Avatar, but it's like 12 years old. When Zuko starts working and teaching Aang firebending, Katara has a thing where she's watching his back because Aang's kind of blind to that kind of stuff. That reminded me of a similar conversation there of Felicity is watching Oliver's back, but I don't think it's going to be necessary now since it looks like Laurel Black Siren is once again bad.
And Goldilocks huffed and puffed and blew the door down.
Once we used to find mouthfuls.
That makes everything better.
Yeah, what is the plan? To see if she is true.
Run, please. Seriously?
Yeah.
This is getting good. She's the last chance that I have. Okay.
To make the comic book world correct.
Billy is my responsibility.
Yeah. Prometheus and everything else.
And we will get justice for him.
Add more to Oliver's plate.
Can't do. Take a moment and appreciate what you can do.
Exactly. Renee can't do that kind of stuff. Exactly. Use your technical skills. Build us some improved earplugs or some way to take away the power.
Doing this is to catch that son of a
Bitch.
bitch.
There you go. Say it, girl.
You're not waiting for anything. We're gonna bring her in right now. Get on board with this. Suit up.
Alright, well, hopefully they don't go in blind here and they have some kind of a plan, because if Prometheus has taught us anything, is that he is extremely calculated and he's very, very patient. So, running in blind, not the best idea. Other stuff going on, the little side stories here. This episode is interesting, and I'll kind of save my thoughts for the rest of it, but interesting is what I would say.
Call the police.
I guess their eardrums popped. I don't know how our hero's done. Oh, he's here. Fuck.
Don't move, Trinity.
Oh, I thought you'd be someone else.
Really, a Matrix joke? That was good, though. I like that. I like this theme music.
That should slow you down.
Damn. Oliver is upgrading his arrows more and more. I really appreciate that. Damn, man. He comes back quick. He's got good reflexes. Come on, Oliver. You gotta finish this quickly. He's good, man. I like that. He's real good.
She was never there.
Alright, so she's, I guess, fully bad. I don't know how Oliver's ears are okay. Curtis, any day, Curtis. There you go. It worked.
You really need to shut your damn mouth.
Hey, Pumpkin.
You a puncher? Not bad.
Hey. Get my wrist straight.
Okay. What I will say, that was a good scene, especially like the Oliver Prometheus fight. What I will say is people are going to be so pissed after this episode, trust me. They are going to be pissed because not only you're adding more and more Felicity Oliver time to the screen in relationship, it looks like, but giving us hope of Laurel's back and then taking it down as Black Siren and she's still evil, not going to work out well.
What the hell is going on?
Alright, so what's your game, Chase?
It take a while. Fine.
Alright, not bad.
Back with a red sign by the president.
Can't wait.
Yeah, go get it.
Always want an autograph.
Alright, so that buys us some time, so he knows his way around the law, Chase. Quick thinking in a tough situation.
You put your hands on me like that one more time and I'll kick your ass.
I believe him. Nah, he's serious.
He was a good man.
Thank you.
Careful, Arrow.
Anything left of the real Laurel in there.
He's gonna try to dig it out.
I'm gonna find it.
You know what?
He's so hopeful for that. That sounded like someone with a bow. Who could that be? Somebody new? Nice shot. If they bring back someone else from the dead, I can't handle this. Who's this? What? What is happening? I don't even know. Okay. Okay. Better.
Hello, Mr. Queen. My name is Talia.
Oh shit!
I've been looking for you.
Talia al Ghul. Wow. Wow, that is awesome. That's a great character to bring into the show.
Just take
Out there is a woman worthy of Laurel's
If you say Felicity, I'll flip out. Don't.
Now all we gotta do is find it.
Don't even think about it. Don't ask her that question. Okay, so she has a scream too? Oh, okay, I don't even know what's going on. I think I'm just gonna give up here at this point. What is even happening on this show? Alright guys, so that was my reaction there to Arrow, Season 5, Episode 10. Who are you? I don't even know how to answer that question in terms of the episode. Put it this way, that was not a bad episode, but it wasn't great. It wasn't the episode I wanted, and it also wasn't the episode that you should have off a mid-season finale. Like last year, again, say what you want about Season 4, even Season 3. But Season 4 had, I thought, a really good mid-season finale. Felicity gets shot, and then I thought the next episode, I think, was like Blood Debts or whatever. That was a really good episode. This one was, there's a lot of stuff going on in this episode. A lot of threads being put for future, probably Season 6 and so on, and for the rest of the season. However, it just was like confusing and up and down in trying to over-trick the audience, in my opinion. So I'm kind of mixed on this episode. I would say the 4 main points of the episode for me is the huge one in Black Siren discussing all the stuff that has to go along with that. Then it's Curtis at the second main point. The third one is a pretty exciting one. I had no idea that was coming. Talia al Ghul, which should be really cool. And maybe she'd come back into the present. And then I guess the fourth main point of the episode there is a new Black Canary. So starting with the first main point, so Black Siren, right? So for all you people out there, and again, I never said, you know, if you watch the reaction when Laurel came back, I was like, how is that possible, right? The way they start explaining it in this episode is that Sarah saved her and somehow figured out to not make it a time aberration, blah, 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 blah. But that sounded very convoluted because that's a big moment to show us that there's no way they wouldn't have showed us that on Legends. So, unless the episodes were out of order, which happens before. So, I knew right there something was off. And just the way they were treating the episode and the way they had Felicity keep digging into her, it could just be for nothing, but I knew there was going to be something more to that. It just seemed too perfect. You know, for all those people out there who did say it was Black Siren, I know it's Black Siren, or it's got to be Black Siren, you were right. You know, good job. I'm not surprised that it's Black Siren. I don't know what they're doing with this. So, you have her pretend to be Laurel. She obviously has a lot of information on the team that she was filled in on, right? I don't know how Prometheus has that information of how Sarah was brought back from the dead. The Wave Rider, does Prometheus know about that stuff? A lot of questions there. But then you have her turn against a team. Prometheus is threatening her, so it doesn't seem like she wants to work with Prometheus. Then it seems like she goes back with the team. They kind of jumped the gun a little bit. Felicity as well instructed the team to go for her. Was she playing them again? Or was she actually, you know, trying to save face and then felt betrayed because she was attacked, so she turned back to Prometheus? Then she gets put in the cell. Then Felicity lets her break out of there. And then she tries to kill everyone. But Oliver still, he's set on pulling any good out of her, which I get. I could see that over time, but it just seems like a very odd direction that the writers are taking, and they have to be careful here. Now, I don't want to dwell too much on this, even though it's a major point in the episode, but they have to be careful in not effing this up. There's a lot of Laurel fans out there, including me, a lot of, you know, Diana Laurel Lance fans, a lot of Black Canary fans, you know. I get the whole Black Siren. I like the way Katie Cassidy does it. Her walk is different. Her demeanor is different. Obviously, her powers are different. She's a better fighter, all that stuff, right? I love that stuff. But the way they're doing this, where they're not, I thought if they were going to bring her back, Black Siren was going to be then Black Canary or something like that. And it seemed several times in this episode they were going that way, even toward the end, that, you know, Oliver's going to pull something good out of her. But then he wants a new Black Canary who let me just say right now, there's been theories. I swear to God, though, if Felicity at any point not only becomes even a superhero, but becomes Black Canary herself, that will probably get me to stop watching the show. I would say definitely stop getting me reacting to it. That would just be too much. That's not her role. That's not what she's meant to be. She can still have her own stories, sometimes too much of her own story in the show. Do not do that. So I'm afraid that they were sort of hinting at that a little bit. However, the whole new Black Canary thing, I'll get to that, but that's weird. With Black Siren still being there, keeping her in Argus so she's close, and maybe to use her as bait with Prometheus. Is Prometheus going to come for her? Because maybe he knows more information about her. How much did he tell her about himself? Like, there's a lot of interesting questions there. So, up and down for me in the episode of just literally keep tricking us over and over and over. I don't like that kind of stuff. Especially with a character like that, and I assume there's going to be a lot of Laurel fans that are not happy with that. So we'll have to see more of that going forward. But interesting, the way they took that, to say the least. Second main point of the episode is nothing huge to dwell on. It's a main point because it's one of our main characters here in Curtis. After everything that he's gone through, even thinking about last season, which you kind of forget, in being in a coma and all the stuff that he went through in discovering Oliver was the Green Arrow, when he was had the flu and somehow wandered in there. Almost being the world being destroyed, the nuclear bombs in Star City, his ass kicked over and over and over again, then Evelyn betraying them, then Paul leaving him. You can understand him having issues, right? And going into sort of a dark place. What I will say, however, is I liked how they gave Echo Kellum more material in this episode. Of a lot of times, sometimes, his jokes don't either land or they're not timed in the show. And they'll even, say that, wasn't the best time. And, that was supposed to be the comedic bit that he said something at the wrong time, right? But I think there's more to Mr. Terrific and more to this character and more to Echo Kellum's acting abilities. Give him different types of material, different types of feelings. And they did that last episode with kind of more of an emotional feeling with Paul leaving him. And then in this episode, they gave him more anger. And I liked that. And I thought he did a great job. I knew he was going to have some kind of confrontation as Renee kept poking him. But I like how he kind of stood up to Renee, who probably has better skills over him, obviously. And just them kind of coming to an understanding. And they haven't had a lot of screen time together, so it was nice to see them have some screen time. But I kind of like the path that they seem to be taking Curtis on. Maybe that will make him not only play to his strengths as a tech person, but be a more determined fighter, understand that this is going to take time, that he can't rush into it, that, like Oliver said, he is the farthest to come along. So I did like his story going forward. He was the one, obviously, that kind of defeated Black Siren there with his tech thing. So his story arc, I'm not always a fan of, and the way they take the character, but he does have good comedic bits sometimes. I do like his humor. I do like Echo Kellum as an actor. I think he really is a really good actor. And I want to see more fleshed out material. He's not just a jokey person. He does have feelings. He does have emotions. He can be serious. I want to see that kind of stuff mixed in with the humor. So hopefully we'll see that going forward. Third main point of the episode here is an exciting one. It's Talia al Ghul. There's obviously, to me, there's no way that her name is Talia. She has those kind of skills and it's not Talia al Ghul. There was hints, and I think in the Legends episode, we went back in time, and Matt Nable was playing Roz, and he said something about Talia, and there was a little girl there, right? So that would mean that Talia is most likely, we don't know how old Nissa is, but Talia is probably the older sister. When they went back, it was 2007, 2008 or so, right? I think. But if that's the case, and she was a young girl, it wouldn't fit with the timeline. So I don't know, because it wouldn't be 2007. They went back, correct me down below, but when did they go back to? Weren't they still stuck when Ray and Kendra were stuck in, they were stuck in a time period, so they were stuck in maybe the 50s. So I guess the way they would explain that of how she looks so young still is Lazarus Pit. But that, I don't know how that aging works, but clearly Talia is the older sister. I like how she's in the show, is kind of the main point I was trying to get to. And I want to see, obviously, her and Nyssa on screen, totally. Because I don't think we've seen Nyssa talk about Talia before, or vice versa. Why is she saving Oliver in the past? Why has she been looking for him? At first, I was like, it was Laurel there for a second. I was like, what is going on? He's got to be, you know, because of his injuries, he's got to be daydreaming. He thankfully was. And then I thought, for a brief second, I thought, are they bringing someone back from the dead in either Yao Fei or Shadow, or it's Shadow's sister, what's her name, May, I think it is, or something like that? Is it going to be one of these weird things? And then to have Talia in it is, I think, the best out of all of those options I just listed. But what does she want with Oliver? Does that have to do with him getting back to Lian, which he has to end up at the end of the season with a full beard? Is she going to help Oliver take down the Bratva and Kovar and kill Kovar? Is she alive? I would assume she is. Does she know Prometheus? Is she going to help in present day? He did say, I learned a specific move that Prometheus did from a woman in Russia. The only woman at the time we knew really in Russia, because Tyann is dead, was her mother. So it wasn't her. So it looks like the woman he learned stuff from is Talia. Which then makes an interesting connection is, was Prometheus then a student of her as well? So I definitely think she has a chance to come back here in the present. So there's a lot of interesting things going on there. I did like her introduction, her accent, everything. Love it. I want to see more of that going forward. And then the fourth main point of the episode here is a new Black Canary. So I touched on this in the first main point. So you have this girl introduced, right? So when we went to the bar scene, at first, I'll be fully admitted, and probably other people out there had these similar thoughts, and let me know if you did down below. At first, I thought we were introducing Talia in the present day, right? I didn't think they were going to make her the new Black Canary, but I was like, here, we're getting our present introduction to Talia. But then we weren't. She seems to have some kind of Black Canary scream. It sounds a little bit different than the actual device. They usually make that distinction. So it sounded natural. So did she get her meta powers like Laurel did on Earth 2? I guess she's good. You know, she's in Hub City. How is Oliver and the team going to find her? You know, we lost Evelyn, sure, but do we, you know, we have this outlying thing now of Black Siren. Why would we then introduce someone else to fill into Black Canary's mantle? Even if she does have the actual meta power, it just seems like a very odd choice. Is that an original character? Is that someone that has lineage in the comic book somehow and either has donned the Black Canary costume, which I can't think of anyone who has, or I don't know, has some kind of meta power similar to Black Canary? I don't know what they're doing with that. There's not much more for me to go on with the main point, except that, again, I advise caution. What you're doing and putting someone in Black Canary's shoes, maybe a character people won't like, you know, audience has got to warm up to another new character. I guess that means we're not going to get any further explanation of Evelyn. So she's kind of just like a throwaway character that's probably Prometheus is going to eventually kill. There's a lot of weird things going on in this episode that they need to be careful, because season 5 has been great. So this is their first like step in like, let's be careful. Other little main points there. John, I like the whole kind of little thing going on there with Adrian Chase. I do think he's going to bring out his vigilante side at some point. And I do like him using the law there to keep John in Star City at the moment. That's an interesting story going forward, even though it's just kind of a side story. We kind of threw Thea out of this episode so we could introduce Laurel in and a million other things going on. So interesting to see how she's going to handle things when she comes back, finds out that Laurel was really Black Siren and blah, 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 blah. Because you gave us a scene of her on the phone with Thea, so you're going to have to give us some scene of Thea saying something about that. So I don't know how I feel about all these parts because they've been, floating Thea around in terms of coming back or not. How is that going to work? Hopefully Laurel, who's really Black Siren, no one got in contact with Lance because he was in rehab because he can't take a misdirection here. So overall, guys, that's kind of my thoughts here. I could go on forever here of Season 5, Episode 10, Who Are You of Arrow? Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Very confusing, up and down, good parts, not even bad parts, but maybe bad parts in the sense of keep continually tricking us like, ha, we got you, no, you're good. Ha, we got you, like, that's a little annoying. But I would say the first steps of, like, let's be careful what we're doing here in Arrow Season 5, especially kind of little hints of Oliver and Felicity reconnecting, a lot of Felicity stuff there, which I want to stay away from. So there's a lot of things to caution here in this episode, but let me know what you thought about it down below. This whole Laurel, Black Siren thing, how that's going to work out. Is he going to be able to bring her back into the light? A new Black Canary, Talia al Ghul, what's going on with John and Adrian Chase there? How is Thea going to react to all this stuff? The whole Oliver Felicity stuff in this episode, the Curtis stuff with Renee, and kind of, I guess, any other thoughts, predictions, theories, Easter eggs I missed in this episode. But the main thing, like I said, is how do you feel about this whole Laurel misdirect thing now? And how are they going to handle that, going forward? Any other thoughts, predictions, theories you have, let me know them down below. Like the video, subscribe, share with your friends if you'd be so kind. And until next week, Arrow, guys, thanks for watching.